So right now I'm at like 249 day streak on Duolingo. And before, when I was at 0, and actually, mind you, like I've broken the streak before. So if I never broken it, maybe would have been at like almost 300. So even before, like in the very beginning, right, I told myself I want to learn Spanish, or at least more Spanish, right? Girlfriend speaks Spanish, family speaks Spanish, parts of my family speak Spanish, people speak Spanish. If I learn this, it'll help me, right? I used that app back in high school, simple, user-friendly. And so what I did, so at first what I did was I just did it every day, right? I just be on the app and I do it every day. But after time, I wouldn't be that consistent, or I would miss it. Maybe I forget it, right? I forget to do it. Oh, the day's already over, broken the streak. And that would happen another like 2-3 times, right? I would forget to do it, and then the streak would be broke. Sometimes I didn't do it for 2 days or 3 days, right? Mind you, one lesson, at least on average, that I've done, it takes like 5 minutes, right? But even with those 5 minutes, I still had a hard time doing it consistently. And so what I did was, after clarifying as to why I even want to do this in the first place, and mind you, by the time I started getting consistent, I'm working 2 jobs. My days off, it's either the babes, girlfriend, the homies, family, or doing stuff like this, or music, whatever, right? So I'm doing that, quite the busy life if I do say so myself, right? And going on to the streak, I've been successful. What did I do? Say it, David, say it right now. Stop, right? So this is what I did. Not only, like I said before, I clarified why I want to do it, but I clarified when was best for me to do it, right? And one thing I found was I treated it like a workout, and I compounded it. And what I mean by that is I would do that while I'm doing something else. For example, let's say you're using the restroom, right? Let's say throughout your day you're busy and then you're using the restroom, but in the restroom you have maybe, let's say 5 minutes, right? Maybe it's number 1, number 2, I don't know what you're doing, I don't know what you ate. If the lesson on average takes 5 minutes, and if you're using the restroom takes 5 minutes, if you put those 2 things together, you can do that while you're in the restroom. And instead of trying to figure out when throughout the day to do it, or what time you have or whatnot, you're doing it, you're putting it together with this thing that you already do. And so since you're already doing that thing, you add that to it, it's gonna increase you more likely to do it. And on top of the app itself already having notifications of like, hey, don't forget, blah, 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 right? Not only doing things like putting reminders, just have a daily reminder, have it remind you daily, just in case, just an extra accountability. Maybe you have friends that are also down to do that thing too. You guys can hold each other accountable. At least for me, it's just the app that holds me accountable, and a little like friend thing that it has on there to where if you follow other people that are doing that, it'll be like, oh, they're here and you're here, stuff like that. But so yeah, I would add that to times where I truly had space, and instead of me having to make space or time for it other than that, for example, at work, on my 10-minute break, I knock it out. I say, okay, I'm gonna do it on my 10-minute break, because when I do it on my 10-minute break, I'm not worried about doing it when I get home and I'm tired and I don't wanna do anything. Or before that, when I'm home and I'm tired and I don't wanna do anything. Or even before that, or I'm home and I just woke up and I don't wanna do anything, So really utilizing whatever else you're doing to see what can you also fit. Because if you're using the restroom, it's a 10-minute break. Let's say every day you're doing, I don't know, maybe let's say on days you're doing laundry, okay, I'm gonna be sitting here, I can knock it out there. Or I'm in the car and I'm in the passenger seat. This happens like every day. Okay, I could do it here. Finding those spaces that you can add it to where it becomes like a compound list where you're doing them both at the same time. And that's better than nothing. Even though I only do like a lesson a day and it's 5 minutes-ish, I'm still learning something at least every day. And over time, that will compound to me remembering or knowing a lot, building up the habit to where now I just do it. I don't, even if I'm at home and I don't have a 10-minute break or whatever, right? I'm always like, oh, like now I don't even really sleep before I do it. Now, let's say I do something I forget throughout the day and it's like 8 something, right? It's like, oh, well, I gotta do my Duolingo, because now it's a habit that I built up after making it simple for myself to do it, giving myself reasonings to value doing that. And now here we are, 2:49 later, and I highly recommend trying that because that's something that helped me. I think it could help you. Not let me know why, or maybe if you know any other things that could help consistency. But I hope this does help, a lot of help. But yeah, so thank you. good night, good morning, have a good rest of your day. Check out another vid or link in the description. See you next time.